one of the most important men in comics, Mr. Steve
Geppi.
Geppi?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a G.
No, do you go by
like
Steve or
Steve?
Steve Geppi. So when did you first get involved in comics?
Well, in 1972, I was a mailman, and I was on vacation with my nephew, and he was reading a Superman. Actually, he was reading Batman with Batmite. I was kind of looking over his shoulder. I got this nostalgic twinkle. You know, when I get back, I'm going to go check out. There's some people on my mail route that the old comic. And they say that there it happened. I just went fanatically crazy. I discovered the old Space Guy was in his 3rd edition. Guy of it's going to 49th edition, and I've owned it for 45 years now. But it was just a fascinating thing to get a buy back a piece of their childhood. And that's what this is about. You have 200,000 people sending on this thing. They all got one version of that or another. Whatever your version is or my version is, the connectivity. We all love to buy back a piece of our pen. That's like one of the 2 American art forms.
Yeah, I have that same nostalgia with the 20-cent Marvels where I first started reading when I was 9, 10, 11. And I remember buying Giant Size X-Men 1 and succeeded off the 7-Eleven twirly rack. And I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a good one. And I bought 2 of them. So that collector instinct in me, like, I still remember that. Still remember
you
that
won't
moment.
forget stuff like that.
That moment.
I can tell you, I was already in business at that point when Giant Size X-Men came up, and it was one of the books that we ran out of. In fact, one of the reasons is not that anything's super rare in the 90s.
Now, what was the distributor you were distributing there?
No, at the time, I was a sub-distributor for New Media Urjax, who's been by the wayside, and he did not get X-Men 94, so all my subscribers were without it. Later, a couple months later, when the returns came back from the newsstand, I was able to go buy a couple hundred of them and gave them to everybody for their 25-cent cover price less their discount.
Okay.
Smart, right?
So what the discount?
It.
What were they paying? 15 cents?
They were getting a 25-cent cover price, and you get 10% off if they were a subscriber.
Oh, 10%.
So,
you're a subscriber.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
what I
wasn't
store. Really, that was in my store.
Yeah.
I had a couple little accounts that I was helping out to piggyback my order.
So when did that transition happen where you became the distributor guy?
Well, what happens, my distributor, I become by intention, a larger sub-distributor for other comic stores opening in Baltimore. And they were on the other side of town, and they'd say, I can't meet the minimums, can you the order with you? I said, sure, no cares, I'm not doing this for that reason. And before you know it, I had like 6 or 7 accounts. And then when he got moved to Florida, won a big lawsuit against the publishers about drop shipping for him, he turned over 11 more. I had a whopping 16 customers. And this is doing real work. I got to actually do this every week for these customers. But if I'm going to do it, I said, I'm going to do it. And one thing led to another. I started to grow. He got in trouble. I ended up taking over what he left off with. And before you know it, I had a warehouse in Florida, one in Boston, one in Baltimore. And then once I decided I was going to be a distributor, I started to grow by buying other distributors out. I went a lot in 1988 when I bought out, but at the time I was the 2nd largest distributor. Capital was 1st, but the plant was 3rd. And I bought out Blood, that made us #1.
Is that the formation of Diamond, which is
I incorporated Diamond in 1982 when I had to separate retail from wholesale February 1st. But at that point, when I bought out Blood Plant, that was when we technically became the world's largest distributor of English language comics since 31 years. Pretty cool.
So how's business today?
Great. I mean, the comic industry had 3 great years, like 13, 14, and 15. Then 16 kind of hard to beat yesterday's level off. 17 was kind of moderate. 18 was about the same. 19 showing us a moderate growth, but I'm ready for the resurgence again. We're very cyclical. We rode the crest of Walking Dead, things like that for a while.
Which is
and now they're ending, but I got a hunch he's got something else up his sleeve. Nobody cares for the 70,000 foot run. Doesn't do something else.
Oh yeah, it was still running 70,000?
I think that's what it was last I heard. I'm not sure. Bottom line is, look what you're looking at. 50th year of sitcom.
Now, do you feel like the big movies, when a big movie hits, that helps overall distribution?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because what's happening, a lot of the new kids coming in, and they discover these characters either online or through the movies, and then that becomes their new passion. A lot of them aren't even necessarily buying the complete run of something. They just want to focus on what's hot. Right. And then that combined with the people who are buying the run, or people who buy by artists or by letters, it's the combination.
Well, I think it's really bringing in character people.
Oh, no question.
Like when Daredevil hit Netflix, I mean, I couldn't sell Daredevil, and at least it started selling.
That's
when the Black Panther movie came out,
for a while, but then later they got resurrected.
Yeah. When Black Panther came out, that brought a lot of people in.
I looked at the comics like Werewolf, you got on the wall 9.4, Werewolf by Night 33, First Moonlight, 9.4, $550. I mean, this was in my quarter box when I was selling. How does this happen? And God bless it, it just shows you when something gets hot, everybody goes back, and supplies there. Whereas in the past, before when I first got into it, nobody was saving old comics, so you had to.
Yeah, did you believe in the grading system when it came in? Did you adopt yourself?
I was very much involved in the beginning of it. I still believe in it. Personally, I don't like my comics slabbed as I keep them because I want to look at them.
You want
but
to touch
from a
them,
commercial standpoint and making it easier to barter, because I'm in California, I'm in Baltimore, you're in California, and all of a sudden I say I got a 9.0.
You don't have to.
I say I got a very fine near mint, and then you get it and you say, what do you mean very fine near mint? This is only VG or whatever. It at least gives you a common denominator. You can't get mad at me if you agree to set the BFNM.
So say a quick hello because I got to go.
Good to see you, brother.
That's what you said.
If I tell you it's BFNN, you can argue. But if we both agree that the grading company, I sold you a 9.0, you asked for a 9.0, I gave you a 9.0. Now, underneath of that, we may disagree with the grader,
right?
And say this 9.0 is pretty weak or pretty tight or whatever.
That's
But
true.
it's been what it's done for comics today.
It's helped commerce.
It's helped commerce, which they need, because even though we distribute the new product, and this may sound counterintuitive, comic stores now have to pay rent like anybody else, no matter what you sell. They don't care. It's the same to them, landlord. So if you don't have some things that you have better margins in, it's hard to make a lot of money just working on the traditional Keystone markup.
Well, you know, I started in the restaurant business, and
tough business there.
And if you don't have a liquor license, you can't sell liquor. You can't stay in business. You know, I did fine dining. I was a saucier chef, and still, our profit margin on the food was like minimal, and it had to stay open.
Money on the drinks. If you don't have the drinks,
make money on the drinks.
I sometimes think that I give the food away, keep on coming in.
Well, that's practically what we did. And
in a sense, you're doing it by default because
I left the business for because it was a single-digit margin, and it's like I don't want to do this right now. You know,
you need to be selling new comics to keep. Ironically, when I opened my store, there was not a thought in my head about new products.
So you understood that because you're a paisan.
Yeah, well,
I'm Greek and Italian.
We come
you
with
look
the
so much. I got to show you this picture. This is crazy.
Who's this poor soul?
My dad. My dad.
Your dad. Well, this is your dad, guys.
Here's a picture of my dad from the 30 for 30 that's on the screen. See that?
Check it out. Me and Dad.
Yeah.
Let me see it a little closer. Blow it up.
Look at that.
Me and Dad. We got the salt and pepper going on. Nick the Greek. Nobody's ever the big.
No.
Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy.
I said it wrong.
Okay? So we touched about where you came from, where it's at. Where do you think it's going?
I think it's. I know I sound like Pollyanna in terms of optimism, but needless to say, you walk around and this thing wouldn't be what it is right now if it was not going somewhere. It's still going. It's 50 years. That's just the comic convention side of it. All over the country, this is actually a catalyst for other comic shows to get popular because people hear the word Comic Con, which they've trademarked.
Yeah.
In fact, they're very protective of because other people are using that. Because if you live in the East Coast and you never can get to California, to you Comic Con is Comic Con.
Right.
So if there's one in New York or Baltimore or wherever, that's your version.
Yeah, I do Mark Nathan's show.
Mark's
got a great show.
He's one of the true,
best
comic shows.
Yes.
Like what you see in the area we're in now.
And Sheldon Drum in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Comic book show.
Yeah, Sheldon Drum. Love Sheldon. Yeah, Heroes Aren't Cards. Those kind of shows are my kind of shows. I love these too, but I like the one where you dig behind the boxes and you get in and.
What I call AAA shows, like you're a baseball guy.
That's a good analogy.
And it's like it's there just for the people that know the material.
A lot of this is turned into cosplay, modernistic stuff, which is all well and good, but we need everybody. You can't just have the world yourself.
We don't need another Funko Pop dealer on this floor. Every vintage comic dealer that goes out, there's another Funko dealer.
In every business, saturation. When something's hot, everybody clones it. And then it gets oversaturated.
Yeah, but the actual vintage market here is like, look at me. I've been here 21 years. And these used to all be art dealers and vintage comics, and it's encroaching me. Yeah, look at their.
You can't even see over it. It's like I get it.
But okay, so the future of comic books is
vibrant.
Is vibrant. New subscriptions doing well.
The movie industry would probably be dead right now for comics. People are so conditioned now for home entertainment. They don't want you to leave your house. The Disneys and the now AT&T, let's call it, instead of Time Warner. They want to get your money before you walk out the door.
Sure.
So when you're on your computer and you have to have your bank account open, and you have direct deposit, and you see Friday, you see your paycheck hit. That second, when your paycheck's finally available for the first time, there's a little guy on your shoulder. Go to Amazon and get his money before he goes out the door.
I have a very large.
You can get your groceries delivered. You can get everything delivered. You can get. every sports show, every movie. It's all at
I
your
have
house.
a huge mail order business for me, you know, and it's like I've grown it since I was like doing like just ads in
Plus, there's only
toy shop
2,500 comic
and
shops.
comics buyers
Vast
guide,
market that
right?
needs to be penetrated.
And what people don't understand, they always say, "Oh, like let your auctions end Sunday," and I'm like, "Wait a minute! Look at the charts. Friday is a good day because people get paid on Friday. Just what you were talking about."
Hello. That's the
Yeah.
secret.
So
Did
Sunday
it
and
while I
Friday.
got it. It's like you being back here and a guy walks up to you and says, "Oh God, I wanted to buy it, but I spent all my money up front." Because he got to the guy with the money first.
Well, there's two ways to do that. You're up front and they hit you first, but then they go,
Or
"I
they
got
go
to think about it. I wanted
shop
to."
around.
And then, you know, some
It's all about
rooms like
sales
New York
savvy.
Comic Con, I'm on the backside, I anchor the room, and, you know, people, that's a destination, and, you know, maybe they've seen everything and they decide on something that they want to. But it's been an absolute
Yeah, pleasure.
pleasure.
Good to see you. I can't believe it. Jimmy the Greek did that.
Yeah.
And I look like him. That's hard to believe. I look like
Stephen,
my son John.
Stephen the Italian.
Yeah.
How do you get blue eyes? That's what I want to know. Let me take a picture with you.
Did a picture. Get a picture of that.
Look at that. You and my dad. You're too young to remember my dad. But this is from the Legend of Jimmy the Greek on 30 for 30. Yeah, so
I gotta watch
that's it.
that. I gotta watch that.
Oh yeah, you
Get a
can
picture of us. Can we do it, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a picture. Hey guys, this is Steve Geppi. I'm President and CEO of Diamond Comic Distributors, the world's largest distributor of English language comics. And I'm here at San Diego's 50th anniversary of their wonderful comic convention. And I just want to say, if you aren't in the comic industry yet, you're missing out big time. You should be here because this is the future of entertainment. Ciao.